Hey guys, a few days ago I put out my usual question, anything you want to discuss about Halloween in general, the Halloween franchise, and I'll pick one of those questions and talk about it in one of the videos, and this is the video.
Everybody's a suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Wolfman's got Nards!
And as always guys, thanks a lot for all your questions. I got over 35 questions, and the one that I'm going to answer today is from Connor Hart. Now Connor Hart has asked, where would you like to see the Halloween franchise go after Halloween ends? That is a great question, Connor, and it's one that I did answer before, but I answered it in a live chat, and not a lot of people saw the live chat, so I will go more in depth on what I think is going to happen after Halloween ends. Before Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends were announced, I still had an idea of where I think they were going to take the franchise after this Michael Myers journey. But because they did bring out or announce Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends were coming out, I changed my mind a little bit. Not entirely, because I still think what I thought is going to happen may still happen, but I've changed my story on what I think they're going to do after Halloween Ends finishes. As the teaser trailers would suggest, this is the end of the Laurie Strode and Michael Myers saga. When I'm talking about the end, I mean after Halloween Ends. We've got Halloween from 2018, the sequel to the 1978 Halloween. Then we've got Halloween Kills this year, and then Halloween Ends next year. That is the finale of the Laurie Strode saga. That doesn't mean we're not going to see a different version of Laurie Strode in the future, but I hope we don't see another version of Laurie Strode in the future. I think it wouldn't make sense to give us another Laurie Strode storyline. One suggestion that I did make was, I think they might, or they should have a break in between the Laurie Strode saga and whatever saga we have after that. I think Blumhouse will still take control over the Michael Myers character. I think we should always have a Michael Myers character in a Halloween movie, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't bring out other movies like Season of the Witch from 1982. I still think that John Carpenter might have a hand in this and bring out other Halloween themed movies, maybe with Michael Myers in the movie, but not the sole purpose of the storyline. I think if we have some sort of anthology like John Carpenter intended, bring out some of those during the breaks of the Michael Myers saga, or even in between the Michael Myers saga, linking some of the stories together, sort of like the Conjuring universe, but nothing as major as that. I think that would be a great idea, to bring out those type of movies in between. But where do we go after Halloween Ends? Well, I think that we should take on another journey with Michael Myers, set it in a different time period. If you're going to set it in modern day, whatever year that may be, then you're going to have to change Michael Myers' age and date of birth, etc. But if you want to continue with Michael Myers having the same date of birth back in 1957, then change the time scale that we're in. Go back to the 70s, go back to the 80s, go back to the 90s. Do whatever you want, but have a different storyline, but don't link it to the original storyline. Have it its own fresh storyline, so you don't have these limits as to, oh, but Michael Myers was incarcerated for 40 years. Not in this storyline, he wasn't. We're changing it up. Think of it as James Bond. We have a resurgence of James Bond every few years or every decade or so, the latest being Daniel Craig. James Bond never ages, so after Daniel Craig's finished, we're going to have somebody else. He's going to take on the role of James Bond and do something completely different in our timeline. The same thing can happen with Michael Myers if you do it right. Don't try and link the storylines together, because like I mentioned, it's just going to get messed up and muddled, and the fans are going to walk away from that thinking that's not a great idea. But make your intentions clear before getting into the next Michael Myers saga. Make it known that it's a new fresh timeline, it's a new fresh Michael Myers. Have the original storyline there. Michael Myers killed his sister back in whatever year you want it to be, but he's killed his sister and he's escaped from the mental asylum a few years later, and then do what you want with that character. But if you change up the original storyline, similar to what Rob Zombie was trying to do, it'll fail. So keep the original core story there, but after he escapes, then do what you want, as long as it's a good idea. As for the victims in the story, I don't want to see Laurie Strode. If we see Laurie Strode in it, but not as a main character, that's a good nod to the original franchise. But if we have a new character, whether it be male or female, I don't really mind, as long as the storyline is good. I think that's what I liked about Halloween 4. Even though it was linked to the original franchise, we have got Jamie, who is the daughter of Laurie Strode. We still had her own storyline, albeit I didn't like the Thorn aspect, but the grounded aspect of Jamie Lloyd was a good idea. with new characters introduced. I think that's why Halloween 4, not Halloween 5 so much, but Halloween 4 works so well because they changed it up a bit. They kept the original core story there, but changed the victims in the film, and I think that's what they should do moving forward after Halloween ends. So thanks to Connor Hart for that question, guys. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep asking these questions because there was quite a lot of questions that I would like to answer, and I don't want to answer all the questions in one video because you might miss the answer that I give you. So that's why I'm going to choose a question or two every now and again to dedicate that to one video, which is what I've done today. So thanks very much, Connor. It was a great question. I'm going to put that question back to you though, guys. What do you think should happen at the end of Halloween Ends? Where do you think we should see Michael go? In what direction? Do you think we should get spin-offs? Do you think we should get anthology movies? And do you think we should continue with a Laurie Strode? Not Jamie Lee Curtis, but Laurie Strode in general. As always, leave your comments down below. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.